Calvin Castine at Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse. It's the second day of March 2010, and we're here for semi-final play in the Section VII Class D playoffs. It's the Westport Eagles and the Moriah Central School Vikings. They'll be introducing the Vikings first.
For the visiting Moriah Vikings. Number 7, senior
Dana Aurelio.
Number 34, senior
Haley Walton.
Number 22,
Lauren Pelkey.
Number 25, senior
Jera Jurdo.
And number 12,
And Samantha Slattery. Coach Pelkey.
And now, Westport Eagles.
For the home team.
Number 1,
Kalika Hopkins.
Number 5, senior
Valentina Rodriguez.
Number 10, senior
Martha McKinley.
Number 11, junior
Christine Sherman.
Number 14, sophomore
And Willa McKinley. Coach McKinley. Moriah, the only school in the Section VII Class D playoffs that it's from the CVAC, Champlain Valley Athletic Conference. The rest of the schools are from the Mountain and Valley Athletic Conference, MVAC. So Moriah never really knows till they get here just how good they are, and neither do the rest of the schools. There's no better way to find out than against the Westport Eagles. I believe that there's what we'll call a dark horse in there this year. There's actually two CVAC teams in. That's Lake Placid. I think they are playing in the second game today. And Lake Placid is from the CVAC. They were in the MVAC for a long time. And most recently they've been, even though they're a Class D school, that should be a travel, they've been competing at the Class C level when it came to the playoffs. You're allowed to move up if you want. And Lake Placid wanted to, It resulted in one championship, I think it was 2 years ago, at the Class C level. But they're in the D's this year, and they are a formidable foe. In fact, they beat the Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars in their game at Lake Placid, and Northeastern is the top seed in the Section 7 Class B, so that was no small matter. That was, I believe, Pelkey who scored to take a 2-0 lead. One loss and you're out. Winner here goes to the finals. Basket by number 25, Gerard Jurdo, and it's now 4-0 in favor of the Vikings. It's on a 3 o'clock afternoon start. Rodriguez puts the Eagles on the scoreboard. It's now 4-2. First of 4 games we're videotaping here today for Hometown Cable. And of course, spread the word. These games are available on the internet, Plattsburgh.com or HometownCableNetwork.com. And you can, using the permalink, which is located next to the video online. If you capture that, you can paste it on a Facebook page or paste it into an email. Send the link anywhere to any of your friends and family around the world. And the shot clock goes off. So Westport will get it on the shot clock violation. McKinley will inbound to Hopkins, and McKinley will bring it up. Looks like a 1-2-2 or 3-2 defense for the Vikings. Basket by Willa McKinley. And it's now a 4-4 ball game, a long 2-pointer for McKinley. 17-footer, banks off the glass. Wasn't expecting that to go in, so I wasn't paying attention. That was, I believe, Slattery who tossed that in. Whoever did it, it's a 6-4 lead. And you hit a bank shot from that far out. Let's see, that is probably Hopkins who scored. 6-6. And looking for the first Westport lead, and we have it as Rodriguez makes it 8-6 in favor of the home team. We're at the 3:47 mark here in the opening period. Section 7 Class D semifinals, only on Hometown Cable. On the internet also. Timeout on the floor. Temperature 41 degrees when we arrived here on this second day of March. As it was last weekend, the temperature in here is about 85 degrees. They keep it nice and toasty, a little too toasty for most people's taste here in the field house. Like a moving pick. Blocking type foul. First foul of the game. Shot from the baseline is missed. McKinley will inbound it. 3:03 on the game clock. Shot bounces around and finally decides to fall off the rim. That was Sherman taking the shot. This is Slattery with the ball. Westport moving it around the perimeter. Eagles in a man-to-man defense. Slattery with a long one. And picked up here by McKinley, Martha McKinley. And given to Willa McKinley. Willa the sophomore, Martha the senior. "16-footer. Rebound pulled down by Pelkey. Dribbled into the forecourt by Chapuk. Under 2 now to go in the first quarter. 8-6 to score. This goes, of course, next door neighbors on Route 22. Not that either school is on Route 22, but the communities are. Nice moving basket there by Pelkey. It ties the game 8-8. Footer is good, and that was Rodriguez making it 10-8 for the Eagles. Slattery into the forecourt, gets the ball over to Schaefer. Here's Pelkey looking for a target, goes underneath. Turnaround is good, nice move by Haley Walton. Nice move. It's made that shot look easy, and it's not that easy for a turnaround shot like that. Well, that ties it at 10-10. Vikings will get the ball. Fast-moving game thus far. .27 on the game clock, a lot of time left. Down to 8 though on the shot clock. 21.9 remaining in the first quarter. Westport should be looking for the last shot of the period. It's a tie game at the moment. We're down to 10 seconds. Rodriguez dishes it off to Sherman, and in the corner that was McKinley. That should do it. 12-10. Slattery dribbling up, not aware of the time. Coach Pelkey should have been hollering to them out there. I think he thought they knew. 12-10 Westport after 1 here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Willa McKinley inbounds it. Gets it back from Sherman. And the ball over to Allison Sherman. Two McKinleys, two Shermans on the squad. And a lot of Shermans that came through Westport over the years. Rodriguez over to Christine Sherman. And it'll be Moriah ball. 7.5 left in the second quarter. Just underway here in the second period. Moriah down by 2. They have the ball. They work it in and out. Westport with a tight man-to-man. In the paint, a running shot by Walton. And she ties the game, 12-all. McKinley into the forecourt. Vikings fall back to their zone. Sherman drives, draws a whistle. Only the second foul of the game. Each team has one at this point, with 6:49 showing in the second period. Allison Sherman hits the first. And she'll drop them both in for a 14-12 Westport lead. Slattery into the forecourt. Travel called. Slattery got control of the ball and backed up a step. Three-point attempt. Rebounded by Chapuk. Got rid of that in a hurry. No, it wasn't Chapuk. It was 20, I guess. Aurelio. All I saw was the 0 on her shirt, and I thought it was a 10, but it was a 20. Now the scoreboard says 2 fouls on Moriah side, nothing on Westport side, so oh, heck of a shot there by Slattery. He ties the game 14-14. The Eagles are clean at the moment. The Vikings are sullied by those 2 fouls. 13-footer falls off the rim. Rebounded by Aurelio. Slattery brings it up. Dishes it off. Air ball thrown up by Martinez, pulled down by Chapuk. And the Vikings will reset. Slattery will take a long shot. Aurelio picks up her 2nd foul. So she will sit and sell seashells by the seashore. There's Slattery. 14-14. A little groan from the Westport side. They thought they saw a step there before the pass. But the Eagles get it, and ball's thrown in by, who we got? 10, McKinley. Timeout, Westport. Actually, it was timeout, Moriah. Some of the players for the next game are getting prepared. 16-14 Westport. Slattery will bring it up. 4:33 showing second period. Section 7 Class D semifinals for 2010. Chapuk passes. Sherman forces the turnover. And Willem McKinley will bring it up. That's the travel. Schaefer will inbound it to Slattery. Eagles take it away again. They got that 2-point lead. 3.5 to go in the first half. Off the back of the iron on a long shot by Hopkins. I believe it was Willem McKinley picking up the Westport foul. First foul for the Eagles. They have 1/4 of the fouls called thus far. I think that was the other McKinley picking up a foul. So now they've got 2 fouls on the Eagles side. It was number 10, Martha McKinley, with that foul. They put it on the scoreboard, but only briefly, then they take it right off again. So I'm trying to watch the game. I don't always have time to look up at the scoreboard. And the PA announcer here is muted. It's not coming through very loud and clear. 2:25 in the first half. Slattery dribbles into trouble. Westport turn on the jump ball. Willa McKinley will bring it up. 16-14, Westport leads. Rodriguez has it slapped out of her hands, gets it back, rolls off the rim. Another jump ball. So Schaefer will toss it in, and Slattery will bring it up the floor. 2 minutes to go in the second period. Westport 16, Moriah 14. It's now even on the foul side. It's 3-3. The foul was on Willa McKinley, her second. Lauren Pelkey at the line. And she misses them both. She could have tied the ball game. Minute 33 to go in the half. Westport led 12-10. The end of 1, so each team has scored only 4 up until right now in the second quarter. Rodriguez hits. She's got probably 6, at least 6, maybe 8 points. So she's carrying Westport's efforts thus far offensively. That rolled off the rim. Rebounded by Sherman. The shot was taken by Pelkey. 51 seconds remaining. 4-point lead, Westport. That'll make it a 6-point lead as Martha McKinley scores to make it 20-14. 37 seconds remaining in the first half. Moriah had a couple players at the scoring table. They've now moved back. Westport should be looking for a final shot with 26 seconds remaining. They want to keep that 6-point lead and maybe even add to it. They shoot a little early. It works out in their favor as Hopkins is sent to the line. Haley Walton picked up her first foul. Team 4th. That'll make it 21-14, 7-point lead. And Westport has now scored 60% of the points in the game thus far. Santana Martinez will inbound it. Vikings stack at the foul line. 5 seconds to get it in. That's the second time they've turned it over like that. 4.8 when the ball was inbounded. And that was a costly turnover as Rodriguez makes them pay. She's got at least 8, maybe 10 at the half. 9-point lead for her squad is 23-14. It was 14 all, so 9 unanswered points for Westport to close out the first half here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Westport has the ball to start the second half. Outscored Moriah 11-4. In the second period. The ball did not go out of bounds. Picked it up just before it hit at the end line, the sideline. Once again, the Westport defense has prevented Moriah from getting a shot off. Section 7 Class D semifinals. I'm guessing that it'll be the winner here, which looks like it's going to be Westport against Lake Placid in the finals. But we'll see. Last weekend in the B level in the boys, Peru was surprised by El Sabo Valley. You never know till you play them who's going to come out on top. Eagles will keep it. This is McKinley with it. Over to Hopkins and back outside to Sherman. Air ball into the hands of Walton, and Slattery will have it now. 6:06 in the third. Travel. Not a big crowd, but this is a 3 o'clock start in the afternoon, so only the people with a rooting interest are going to be here. The casual fan who might come if it were more convenient isn't able to be here, but they've got 4 games to get done, so they have to start by 3. Slattery will inbound. Stolen by McKinley. Looks like there's a little contact before that ball was thrown out of bounds. Now we're approaching the 5-minute mark here in the third. Still looking for the first points of the second half. Ball comes back to Slattery. She catches up with it. Slattery will toss it in. Slattery's good. I'm going to take a wild guess right now in the boys' side, just to put myself in jeopardy here. I'm going to say it's going to be Westport and Moriah in the finals. Slattery throws up a 22-foot shot from 24 feet out. Under 4 to go in the third quarter, and we've got 2 points for Moriah, and that's it thus far in the second half. It's 23-16. Basket by Hopkins, and it's 25-16, back to a 9-point Westport advantage. That was blocked. Aurelio with it now. .317 on the clock. McKinley to Hopkins to McKinley over to Sherman. McKinley will inbound it. Sherman. Hopkins back to Sherman. 18-footer. Rebounded by Walton. Slattery dribbling down, head up. Like to see that. Foul on Martha McKinley. Second Westport foul. And her second foul. Second Westport foul this half. Moriah is clean thus far. No fouls called on them thus far in the second half. Westport's turn on the possession arrow. And they'll bring it into the forecourt. Score holds 25-16. And we have a foul on Schaefer. Shooting foul. Sherman at the line. Misses the second. Rebounded by Chapuk. 26-16, 10-point lead for Westport, their biggest lead of the day. Two minutes to go in the third. Off the glass, a long two-pointer by Santana Martinez. That'll make it 26-18. Westport with the ball. With a minute and a half remaining in the third, Westport has scored 4 in the quarter, and Westport has scored 3, and Moriah has scored 4. Too strong. Holding foul was called. It was on Hopkins, her second. Team third. One minute remaining in the third period. Westport thus far has not been able to pull away from Moriah. This will help. Rodriguez can give her team an 11-point lead. That foul was on Walton, her second, team third. Rodriguez with the old-fashioned three-point play makes it 29-18 Westport. 40 seconds on the clock. On the shot clock. Stripped away. Chapuk picks up her third foul. 15 seconds. That's her third foul. Seven and a half showing. It's Moriah ball. 4 seconds. (29-18) Westport leads after 3 here on viewer supported hometown cable. A red ball to start the fourth quarter. It was a 6-4 third period. Another low scoring quarter. Slattery left the ball on the floor and stood up. You can't stand up while holding the ball, but nothing stopping you from standing up if you haven't got the ball and you haven't had control yet, apparently. These girls dreaming about the day that they'll be out there in the big time. Slattery with the ball. This is Walton traveling. Thrown up by Hopkins. Rebound was pulled down by Pelkey. Here comes Slattery. And Westport gets the ball. Section 7 Class D championship game for the winner. Loser is done. Winner moves on to the championship game. Moriah continues to walk the ball up the floor. If you're trailing like this, I'd like to see a little more running up and down the floor when you get the ball. Make something happen right away. Inbounded by Chappuck. Moriah moving the ball around. Here's a shot from the baseline that comes up short from Slattery. Rebound was controlled by Walton. Aurelio can't catch up with it. 5:41 showing in the fourth. Still nothing on the scoreboard in the quarter. So the second half would appear to be even lower scoring than the 23-14 first half. Moriah's got to take some outside shots, take some chances, hope something falls in. 5:04 to go in the ball game. Westport with the ball, they're up by 11. Sherman at the line. The foul was on Walton. And with 4:54 showing, that's the first point of the fourth quarter. It's now 30-18, 12-point lead for Westport. Sherman makes the first. That foul was on Aurelio, her fourth foul. And it makes 7 for Moriah in the second half. This is Sherman here. That must have been McKinley, Martha McKinley. The long hair covering the ponytail, covering the number. I've called her Sherman a couple times, but it's been McKinley up there. Put her hair in a bun next time. Moriah will get it. 4:16 left in the ball game. 13-point lead for Westport. That's their biggest lead of the day. Vikings keep it, falls off the rim. Walton picks up her 4th foul. This is Sherman at the foul line. It's the first of the 1-and-1. And the second one is also good. It's 33-18, 15-point lead with 4 minutes to go. That would appear to be a comfortable lead. Moriah's only managed 18 thus far. Foul was on Martha McKinley. It was not a shooting foul. McKinley's 4th foul. Right in the hands of Sherman. Takes advantage of it. She's just surprised anybody to see the ball bouncing out there up for grabs. Now a 17-point lead. It was 14-14. Then the Moriah offense ground to a halt. They've scored 4 since then. Westport has scored 21. Rebound was pulled down by Pelkey. Slattery. Pelkey will inbound it. 2:54 remaining. That's what's left in the Moriah season, too. Rebound goes into the hands of Hopkins. She'll bring it into the forecourt. Eight-footer is missed by Armitage. Good by Allison Sherman. There's now a 19-point lead for Westport. It's 37-18. We're down to 2:10 in the ball game. Section 7 Class D semifinals. Moriah just can't seem to get anything to fall. Rodriguez's shot falls in and out. In the hands of Pelkey. Pelkey into the forecourt. Over to Slattery. Shot thrown up by Walton and it won't fall. Rodriguez ends up with it. 4 fresh Eagles in, so a whole bunch of their regulars will get a rest for the final minute 24. Coach McKinley, I think, has decided he just might win this one. What do we got here? This is Allison Sherman. She's joined by 15, Mallory Sudduth. We got 24, Emily French. 13, Carly McGee, airball, and 4, Morgan Robert. Jamie Poirier comes in for Moriah. We've got Chelsea McDougall out there. Let's see if there's anybody else. And Jordo back in. Yeah, Jordo's back in with Slattery and Aurelio. 44 seconds left in the game. Falls off the rim. Aurelio rebounds. 37-18. Moriah has not scored in the fourth, so they've scored only 4 points in the second half. Until just now, as Jurdo makes it 37-20. 12 seconds. $37-20 will be the final. Westport Eagles will advance to the Section VII Class D finals. They defeat the Moriah Vikings, and that's the way it was on this second day of March 2010. We've been coming at you from the Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse, beautiful downtown Plattsburgh. You've been watching viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable. Win, lose, or draw, TV worthy of your support, Hometown Cable.